Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Today I've got this really cute I love you this much, and then in parentheses it says it's more than it looks. It's a little note card, and we are making this one at Coffee and a Card on July 17th in my Rolling Meadows home studio. So if you live in the Chicago area and you're interested in getting it together with some crafty ladies, a cup of coffee, a little treat, a card, some good socializing, please join us. Just email me, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com for more information. All right, so I Love You This Much features the brand new, I'm really excited about it, Dino Days Bundle, which includes the Dino Days stamp set. It's a 15-piece photopolymer stamp set, and you can bundle it together with the Dino Dies. I love these guys. The Dino Days Bundle, when you buy both parts, you save 10%. You can shop 24/7 at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Let's see here. What else do we need to make this awesome card? There's quite a few little tools here. I've got a 1/2-inch punch. This is a circle punch. I've got my tailored tag punch. I'm using the tailored tag to do my little dovetail ends. I've got the Layered Leaves 3D embossing folder. I'm also using my Artisan Textures Clearmount stamp set. We're going to use this fun, like, I don't know, staticky texture on our little coconut. I've got my layering squares framelits here. I did this little scallop border here. It's just a 1-inch piece that I cut with the 2 1/4 inch layering square die. The stampin' pads I used for this project are Old Olive, Soft Suede, Flirty Flamingo, Lovely Lipstick, and Pretty Peacock. I've got my roll of Denim 3/8 inch ribbon. Love this stuff. It adds such a fun texture, and it's perfect combination with this whimsical Dino Days suite and the Dino Days paper. What I did was took about maybe 2.5-inch pieces and just snipped them off the roll, folded in half, and then I cut the little dovetail end. So about maybe 2-inch pieces will do. So I've got those little pieces. Let's look at what else is in the kit, the other consumable pieces that you'll need. I've already gone ahead and stamped and die cut some of my little palm tree branches here. I'm gonna just do one on the video. I got a piece of Old Olive cardstock, about 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. For doing all 4 will work fine. This is that Old Olive piece that was about 1 inch by 3 that I told you about, and then I cut it with the layering squares 2 1/4 inch scallop die. Got a piece of crumb cake cardstock here that's 1 by 3 1/2. Just a scrap for the palm tree's trunk. For our sentiment, we've got Whisper White, and it's 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece of Whisper White for stamping my little dino and his spines. And this is about 2 1/2 by 3 1/4, should work for that. Designer Series paper is 2 by 3 1/2. And then I've got 2 pieces of Pool Party here. One's our card base, it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. And the other piece is a panel that's 4 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna emboss that with the layered leaves. Let's get the big shot and do that. Ooh, I almost lost the little 1/2-inch soft suede circle. So that's already punched out from soft suede. There's our Layered Leaves 3-dimensional texture piece. Isn't that great? All right, let's get stamping here. Got my dinosaur. I'm gonna ink him up in Flirty Flamingo on one side of this cardstock. And then I'm going to ink up the little spines on the other side of the cardstock here. Now, the little spines have a glue tab, so we want to leave enough room. We want to go far enough away from the edge of the cardstock so that when we cut the spines, the little glue tab will, there'll be enough room for the little glue tab. Next up, we're going to stamp our tree trunk with crumb cake ink on crumb cake cardstock. We're going to stamp 4 of these little palm leaves, but I've already done 3, so we're just going to do 1 for the video here. We'll stamp and die cut. And then I've got I Love You This Much, and we're going to ink that one up in Pretty Peacock and stamp that one centered on our Whisper White panel. Alright, we've got one more bit of stamping to do here. I'm going to pull in a piece of scratch paper and my tiny little coconut. I got that texture from the Artisan Texture stamp set, and I'm going to stamp off and then stamp my coconut, and now it's got some fun fuzzy texture like a real coconut. Let's do some die cutting. I'll grab the Big Shot. Okay, I've got my dies all lined up here and ready to cut. But before I do, I wanted to show you this little spine piece here. So this little dinosaur spine, you can see the spine edge, the inside edge of the die is right on the stamped image. It follows directly on the image. But then there's this big white open space here. That's your little glue tab, so you can glue the spines down the dino's back. All right, so that's a little tip for placement. Let's get these images all cranked out here. All right, so there's all of our die cutting. Let's bring in the rest of our pieces and get this card assembled. I just love this card. All right, I'm going to take my snail adhesive and I'm going to put a nice border all the way around the back side of our 3D leaves, and I'm going to add that to the card front centered. So we're going to have a nice little frame. I like to do this for the dimension that it adds. It really does frame in our embossed image and add a little texture. Next up, we'll get our designer series paper and little scallop pieces. And we want to adhere the scallop piece to the back of the designer series paper. So a little bit of snail adhesive there. And we're going to just make sure that we have level ground here. Nobody's uphill or downhill. Now let's go ahead and adhere this piece to our card. Now you'll notice that it's not center. It's kind of to the bottom left of center. So we have plenty of room for our little palm tree branches up in the top right corner. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Before I add my grading, I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the ends just a little bit past the sentiment. I like to put the sentiment into the punch, then I can see where it is and back out appropriately. And then I would like a little glue dot or two here. I'm going to take my ribbon and fold up so they make a perfect little dovetail, see? But before I'm done, I'm going to add a little glue dot in there. So now I've got those perfect little dovetails. Let's do that for the other side too. Little glue dot right in the middle, fold up the opposite side. Then let's grab another glue dot, unfold, and we're going to arrange this and then adhere to the back of the sentiment. One on each side. I love the bit of texture that that adds to the card. So I've got some Stampin' Dimensionals and I'm going to put them across the back of the sentiment here. I'm going to use about 4 half dimensionals, and on the 2 ends I'm going to just secure that ribbon a little bit better, a little bit more thoroughly, and then we can adhere our sentiment to the card. You're going to cover the seam where the Designer Series paper and the Old Olive meet, and your ribbon's going to just touch the edge of your embossed panel. Ooh, it's coming together so cute. All right, we need some dimensionals for the back of our dinosaur. Now, not too close to the edge there with the dimensionals. We want to add our little spines, and so I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue right on that tab. And then I'll apply the spines. Makes 2-color dinosaurs super easy and really cute. All right, a few more little dimensionals and half dimensionals here. I think maybe one more half dimensional. Mini dimensional on his snout and at the very end of his tail. All right, let's get this guy placed. I like where he's at. I didn't fully burnish him down just in case. I'm going to add some snail adhesive to the back of my palm tree. Put that so that the palm grows out from behind the sentiment and all the way off our Designer Series paper panel. And now I need a little multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to glue down 3 of these 4 palms with the multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to use 1 with a little dimensional, Stampin' Dimensionals to add some pop. Put the first 3 guys in kind of a little Y configuration. Grab a half a Stampin' Dimensional here, and then add our 4th branch. Last step, a little coconut. Can't have a palm tree without a coconut, right? A little multi-purpose liquid glue. Add that coconut up in the branches. There it is. So cute. All right. I love you this much. It's more than it looks. All right, you guys, if you got any questions about the new Dinoroar bundle, about coffee and a card in the Chicago area, about anything that has to do with this project, you can email me, Marisa, at kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.